Welcome to 38 Move Blunder. My name is Shonda, and we're going to be playing the bots on chess.com. New month, new bots. Let's go. They are based off of K-pop, loosely. This lead singer is 350. We're going to randomize. Let's go. Okay, I have the white pieces. Look at this bishop shape. That's kind of cool. Just check something. Yep, we're good. Sure. Hyper-accelerated dragon variation of the Sicilian defense. That's what the side of chess.com says. Now that's a free pawn. It is only a 350. It does not appear to be a trap. That's mine. You got my pawn. How many points do you get for that? 50? Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so if they hadn't moved their pawn here, this would be a problem because it would see my knight. Sometimes you can check the king and pick up a piece this direction. Other than that, the queen sees its own pawn, and the queen sees this pawn over here, and nothing much. Now, I see that I can check the king, and or that I can win a rook. So knight jumps up, attacks the rook. Their best move for that would be, well, they're already guarding it with a bishop. They might not have to guard it any more than just that, but I would have gained some more points there. Now I am around 770. And so sometimes these 350s, they make moves and I don't see what the point is. They might not have a point, but they might. They're not teaming up on me in any way that's meaningful. At all. I think I'm going to go trade or at least gain this pawn. Okay, that wins a whole queen. That's mine. I don't care that my knight is now, they didn't even take my knight. Okay. That rook is mine. I'm still up 10 points of material. So let's get more into the game here. Play in the center. Their knight comes out, threatening this pawn. Push it. They're giving up a knight for a pawn. I'll take it. Well, we could take this pawn too. And when the knight comes, it doesn't do anything. Okay. Sure, I'll take the bishop too. At one point, if you beat the lower bot badly enough, it just explodes and doesn't make any kind of good moves. Like that one is mine. That pawn in there. This is en passant. I'm just going to take, and interesting. I'm just going to take this pawn too. All right, sometimes you need to be careful not to be too greedy, but at this point I think we're doing good. What about getting some more pieces out? Knight drops back. It sees some things. The rook now sees this pawn. None of my pieces are impacted by that last move. So we'll continue with just some more development. What about... There's got to be a way to just attack the king. Here's a check. Okay. This is offering a trade of knights. Will they do? Now my queen is in the center of the board, super happy. They moved their king in closer to the center, which I can't say does anything. Would be really nice if we could check the king in such a way that we could win this rook. But not at this point in time. So let's bring we'll castle just so we can get this rook over here faster. Okay, they're attacking my rook. I was going to move it anyway. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one should I go? How about here? King moves back. Let's see. We can check over here. Now we can bring another rook, because that would be checkmate. I see this. Check. They could move where that pawn just vacated. Check when a rook. No, don't check there. Wow. Look at that. Bishop. Do not do that against a 300 bot. It's good to play these bots with no pressure whatsoever, because you have time to actually see. And as a under 1,000, you need that. You need this experience to see. So we'll just take the pawn real fast. They're offering a rook trade. I don't mind. Okay. Now we can just come down. He don't go there. Nope. I'm gonna cut the king off. And then just work on checkmate. Okay, they moved their bishop there. It's saying, well, if you go here, I'm going to take you. So I'm going to not go there. I'll go here and win it instead. Okay, if I take the bishop, are they in stalemate? Double check this. They still have some squares to play with. So let's eat that. And now it's simple. Let's go here. There. Here. We're just making this king's getaway squares smaller and smaller. And now, checkmate. Good deal. Let's do a new bot. Next one, the manager, is an 800. Why did it give me the white pieces again? Okay. Maybe we'll stop this game and... No. Okay. Next is the manager. It gave me the white pieces again. They really like the Sicilian defense. Which is fine. We'll work on it. Now, here looks interesting to me. Let's try it. I'm going to take with the knight, attack that knight. Take with the pawn. Pretty sure I had a game like this where I took with something and it didn't turn out too well. It might be take with the pawn. Okay, we're just going to trade everything in the middle of the board and yep. Knight comes out. What's it doing? Being lame on the edge of the board. Especially if I push this pawn, it'll be stuck over there. What about instead of pushing the pawn, I just control that square with my bishop? Queen comes out. Offering a queen trade. But if I go here, I guess they could block. I'm not up any material, so I don't really want to trade. But it ruins their pawn structure, so let's try it. End game against an 800 level bot. I find that 800 level bots are a lot worse than 800 level normal players. So I'm going to go here. I expect a pin. Not at all what I was expecting. See, this is why I said 800 players are getting their pieces out at least. They're not making rook b1 meme moves. They're not playing rook b1 meme moves. b8, rook b8. Same thing. Rook b1, rook b8. That makes no sense. Levy was absolutely right when he was singing rook b1, rook b1. What if I attacked That rook that just moved there like a dumbass. It's giving me the rook. It's a free pawn or a free rook. Rook's worth more. I'm taking the rook. So, what you gonna do now? Move right back. I want material. Oh, you don't even take me. You're weird. Now, I have a bishop here being annoying. So why don't I castle too? What about here? Do it. I really would have taken here to mess up the pawns a little bit. Kind of open up these pawns to roll down the board. I don't know. 800s are so much harder than this. Well, they have a king on the back rank of the board. This is threatening here, which would just be checkmate if they took it. So I'm going to let them take it. I'm going to do something else, like maybe I'll pull my bishop back. Back there. Oh, buddy. Okay. Not quite checkmate yet, but literally it's so bad in so many ways. It's just so bad in so many ways. All right, well, that bishop is pinned. Let's go attack it. They're giving themselves a air hole. I wonder if I could jump in there and take it away. No, that's not pinned. Right. Free bishop. Don't care. I'm going to take with my bishop, and then I'm going to take the knight. With check. Well, this is a nice check. Then they'd have to go somewhere there. If they went to this square, I could just jump in and give them another check. Of course, if they went to that square, oops, so sorry. Clean, not so clean. Let's see where they go. Aha. Then I'll bring my rook. It doesn't really do much. Okay, so if I jump here, kind of taking away those squares, the king could go here. Let's do that. Nice check. Okay. Then I'm going to bring this bishop down this way. Give a check. And eventually, this guy's going to run out of good squares to go. What about moving over here? See where this guy can and can't go. So if I got rid of this bishop, that would be nice, because then I could complete this mating net. Check. It goes to one of those squares. It's not great. I'm not going to check him right now. I'm going to work on getting rid of this bishop. Problem solved. Nice. Now the king is stuck in the middle of the board here. I've got those files, that diagonal, and the knight is controlling the last square. So king is trapped in a cage in the middle of the board. Let's checkmate it. Blah, 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 blah. Checkmate. Wish I had a pawn near him. I'd love to checkmate him with a pawn. Out of all the squares that I see that I could checkmate him on, there's a pawn guarding it. So, should we work on those pawns then? Or I'll bring my king. Okay, I'm just going to still control the diagonal from just way over here, I think. I want to review this to see if I found the best idea, but bring the king. I think eating this pawn would be easiest. Boop, boop, boop. Let's stop these guys. Okay. Wonder if they're going for stalemate. Well, that's just... I didn't even have to get rid of that pawn. He was running out of moves. Had to move it. Checkmate. Next spot. I'm gonna play with the black pieces. I'm just gonna put it on black. It's purplish, So the sensitive one, a 1300. E4, E5. Okay. Grabbing space in the center. Gonna bring the queen out. I'll attack the queen. Not even going to do that. Okay. Well, what I know is if I put a knight here, they can push that knight around. So I need to bring this knight out first. And this is just a knight trade. That helps them get the queen out, though. I don't know if I want to do that. And then they'll push this. They'll push that pawn and it'll be uncomfortable. Bishop. Knight trades. I'll trade back. That didn't happen. What are you doing? Okay, well, I can come up there. They could come down here. Maybe they just want to grab this pawn. I could protect the pawn, you know. You know what? I'm not even going to damage my pawn structure. Now I will. Queen trade. I don't know about that. They're going to castle. I'm gonna get ready to castle. They just neutered their own bishop. That's cool. I'm gonna just attack their pawn chain. Free pawn. Cool. Let's move our knight. I want to move it over there. I'm up a pawn. I might be able to win a bishop here if they trade it. They do not. So that's a bad square. Oh, I fell for the... Oh no, that's a bad square. That's pretty bad. And I'm left with one option. It's going to be the safest king in existence. Way over here. Okay, bishop moves. Let's castle. king. Interesting choice. Give a check. Fix my pawns. All for the cost of a knight. They move. Looking pretty good. Let's go. Move this knight back into activity. It was not doing good over on the edge of the board. They're trying to kick it out. I like here until they push that pawn. And then I can come back here maybe. Then they push the pawn and I'll just be here. Okay. We're doing a little knight dance. Uh-huh. I fully expect this one. Okay. Hey, Bishop. Did not see you over there. How are ya? Okay, they are leading because I just blundered a whole night. Happens. Push past pawn. Let's give it a buddy first. These are connected passed pawns. I mean, I don't see you. Now break up my connected pass pawns or push and make an even stronger connected pass pawn pair. I do not want to break them up for a free pawn. I think they're stronger together. Everybody needs a friend. Yep. Well, I have one of those. You're going to attack that one now? Oh, tricky. But I could just turn around and attack you. Okay. What about here? That way, if they go try and attack that one, I can do something about that. Or push it. Passed pawns must be pushed. So here's the question. Do I move the D pawn or the E pawn? Right now the D pawn is controlling whether this knight can come out. So we can move up the E pawn and, oh, or I could put my bishop here and then move my E pawn later for a discovered attack. I do like that. Now let's just move the E pawn forward. It gets out of the way of the potential great square for the bishop. And we're going to do that. I like it. So they've taken my D past pawn. How did I not see that? Double the rooks. They're going to go after this. Take a rook. I'm thinking about going down in even more material and just doubling up my rooks. They're going to take the pass pawn. I get the knight involved, which doesn't look too scary. We're going to go ahead and take that. They didn't take back, so that's just for me. I'm going to trade down all of this stuff. If I take, the knight takes with an attack on the pawn, and I cannot stop it. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go here. They're up a pawn. And it's time to get the king involved. That's mine. They just blundered a pawn. That's mine. They blundered another pawn. We'll go here, controlling the knight. We'll go here and here and here. See, I'm running over to this side of the board because I have a pawn on the edge of the board. And once I start pushing this pawn, it's going to be really difficult for them to stop it. They move their knight away. That's just fine. Okay, they're coming in to look at this pawn. And so I'm just going to move ahead with my plan. They're going to eat a pawn. Not going to eat a pawn. Yep. Now I have a queen. And now their pawn is dead. Oh no, my queen. And I eat all the things. And now we checkmate them. Hey, look, they're making it easy. I think there's a way. We're gonna cut this guy off here. He's got to go back. And then we checkmate. Ta-da! Okay, that was the 1300 bot. We're gonna try again with a new bot. We ran through those three, the 350, the 800, and the 1300 bot pretty quickly. The dancer, the 1850, is probably going to be the one that gives me problems. So let's go. Let's do it. It gives me the white pieces. It's not a very good randomizer. I did have the black pieces last game, but I had to pick the black pieces. Okay, let's go really solid. Take the center. You can take, you can push, you can do something completely different. All three options are valid. I like to keep things interesting in the center. So what if... I don't know. I don't really have a option, a favorite of these three. I do think I want to push, though. I'm not going to get their queen out for them, and I'm not going to ruin my own pawns. So the dancer is doing her step count 5, 6, 7, 8, which is pretty fun. They get their knight attacking these two, putting pressure. I'm going to get my knight putting pressure. Bishop out. It's a pretty dumb square for the bishop, but they did it to themselves. Notice how my bishops are so happy, and their black bishop is the only one that's going to have any fun for right now. So let's do something about that. So I could check. Not really check. I could attack the queen with my bishop. It would have to move over. I think it did that because its queen was getting pretty trapped. It was in danger. Okay, solid. Solid moves include that square for the bishop, that square, or something a little spicier, which doesn't do anything really good. So I do not like either of those options. I'm going here. Now it's turned into the Nimazwich defense instead of the French defense. Works just fine for me. And let's develop a knight. They moved their knight twice in the opening. Now we can develop a pawn and ask it what it's doing. It might take a bishop, and our queen would be developed. So let's say, hey knight, what you doing? That knight is mine now. Okay, pushing a pawn in the center, attacking my center pawn. That c pawn is slightly annoying. I'm going to protect it with a bishop. Now they could push the pawn even further and attack my queen. So I could just move my queen at that point. Yep, let's bring my queen back here. What do you think? I think I like here. Their queen came out, attacking that pawn. The 1850 bot is literally 1,100 points higher than I am. I think we're doing just fine. 10 moves in and it hasn't slaughtered us. Let's see how it goes. They're probably going to find some really good moves, like pushing all of their pawns and gaining this fortress of center here is not great for me. I did something not great. Probably should have taken, honestly. Should have taken d takes c5. If I had to guess, that's what the review will tell me. Because now it's uncomfortable. I go there. Lose a pawn. I go there. Then en passant, I lose a pawn the same way. Okay. Danger levels. What can we do? We can castle straight into that queen. The king would be protecting that pawn, and the queen would have to have some backup. You can't attack a castle with just a queen. And I don't lose a pawn that way. Let's do it. There might be some sort of sacking option there. Let's say like a bishop sack. Then the queen can come just be very annoying. So let's do something about that bishop. What we don't know, but we're gonna see about something. So attack the queen, lose. See, if I attack the queen, I lose my knight. So I can't do that. This bishop is so sad now. we could go attack this pawn that doesn't have any defenders. Like here, there. That's actually pretty brutal. What can they do about that? Or we can... No. I think offense is the best defense. So let's see about this. They move their knight and protect that pawn. Take. The queen can come out and pin it to the king. It'd be down material, but I don't think it would be horrible. Wonder if I should keep the attention over here with a sacrifice. Now the knight could jump somewhere else. Their knight could go to these two squares, but it does absolutely nothing. So I see them taking back. And then I pin it with my queen. And then I bring my bishop, attacking that bishop. And then I start launching these pawns. Or should I start launching the pawns now? Okay. Chess played perfectly is a draw. Computers can play perfectly to a draw. Humans make mistakes. So some of the things I've been thinking about might be a complete huge mistake. Give up 2 points because 3 minus 1, they would have 2 points of material. I'd have, okay, queen pin, they come down and kick my queen out. And that is the step I didn't think about. So I don't think sacrificing my knight is going to work. Or at least on that pawn. What if I took the e pawn? I don't think that'll work either. What if I... just brought my queen to put some pressure on it. You don't actually have to do anything, but they have to guard it. So would they castle into it? Random pawn move. Activate. They've castled. Go, pawn, go. Knight gets attacked. Knight's going to drop back. Their knight moves because I was going to push the pawn to attack it. What do you think? This one now? This one now? I kind of like this one now. Because take, 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 take. I am the last one standing on that square. So they'll probably push. And if their pawn was there, I could attack their bishop. No, I couldn't because I would have moved my... Oh, wait a second. I could lead with a sacrifice type of move. Knight to the square. Take, 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 take. That's a check. And they're the last one on the square. So that's not great. Am I calculating that wrong? Take. Yeah, they didn't do it, so the queen moves here, which she's completely fenced off from my side of the board. I don't see anything that she can do. So, do we push this pawn here? They take that, and then I can move my knight. Just out of the way. Yeah. This is not looking great for the 1850 bot. This is looking more and more like things that I've looked at so far as attacks on this side of the board. This is looking crazy for them. Absolutely crazy. So, best place for my... Oh, wait. What if I just brought this rook right now? Oh, I like that. More people to the party. Oh, they're going to start trying to do some counterplay over here. That's fine. And then if I move my queen here... No, I think I need to move my knight first. So this knight's under attack. Bring it back here. Okay. Do I have to worry about that? Pretty sure I could just queen trade. I don't think I want to with how strong my attack is, though. Okay, if I give a check, the king has to take it. And then if I give a check, the king has to move. And then it's checkmate. So we're going to sack the rook. And I win. Ah! Okay. Well, we wanted to move that knight anyway. How come sacking the rook doesn't work with me? I would love... Okay. I'm just going to umbrella pawn this. This is fine. This is an umbrella pawn now. And now the king gets away. Crap. Okay, what if this rook comes, the king has to slide here, and then I just move up one. Are they gonna stop that? Okay, so they can stop it with their rook by interposing. But I really think they're running out of things to stop me with. Isn't this just checkmate? Checky, checky, check. Ah! I won the 1850, but I did start with a sack the rook. They interposed that I didn't see, but I still got it. Levy, I do have Chesley. I am studying. This is the first time I beat an 1850, so thank you, Gotham Chess. Let's go for the hardest spot. Let's do the next one. We're going to do the last bad boy 27-25, and I fully expect to get slaughtered. Let's go. Okay, it says you're playing against the bad boy of the group, and I have a secret. What do you think the bad boy's secret is? No idea. Maybe he'll tell me if I checkmate him. All right, let's go more solid. Let's do it. All the solid. I think... Yeah, I don't know that line good enough, so we're just going here. This bishop's being attacked. I do wonder whether the actual best line is counterattacking their bishop. There, there, there. I do think that that might be the way. Do it. And then, what you got? Back. Okay, now it's symmetrical, and it's my turn to break the symmetry a little bit. Should we go for a super break of the symmetry, or should we do something different? I mean, I could put my knight back here and fianchetto this bishop. And then what would they do? Like, everything is so solid. I wonder if I can actually get a draw against the 27-25 bot. Now we could bring the bishop out, get it kicked out. We're not trading. No. I think I want to just bring it back, fianchetto the bishop, and are they launching a kingside attack against my king? I could do the same thing. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. And the plan of getting the fianchetto bishop is complete. Now, what if I push this pawn in the center? "13 moves in and we're not getting absolutely slaughtered by the 27-25. I do like my knight mirroring their knight a little bit because mine has 2 pawns. Theirs only has 1, so they could attack it with a bishop. I could attack this pawn and this knight by pushing this pawn. Then where are you going to go? You don't really have many options, do you? Be a saddle knight. Let's do this. Just clamp down on that d5 square. I don't know if I need to worry about the d5 square. And I blundered that, didn't I? I did not need to worry about the d5 square because my d3 pawn was in danger. Okay, move 14. It's where it's going downhill. We're going downhill. This thing is 2,000 points higher rated than I am. What do you expect? Okay, so maybe I did get 780. So not quite 2,000 points higher than I am. So attacking my bishop. And then not really anything great. So we do need to move the bishop and not blunder that too. Excuse me. I can play over there too. No worries. Where is this knight? It's got some safe escape routes. Maybe I should have just gone a3 instead of a4. This knight of mine is now the maddest knight in the universe. Okay, let's kick out a knight. And it attacks me. And we can continue pestering this knight. And now my position is Swiss cheese. Nope. C5. Something. Knight could go there. Their rook would be a lot happier. Well, move 18. We're still alive. They're +1, and it's looking bad for the 800 elo player. I could jump this knight over and this knight in. That knight over. It'd be under attack pretty easy. And then it might like that square better. We're aiming for the f5 square. Okay, their knight jumped in with an attack on mine. So if I take, they take, and this knight is so close that I worry. It should be fine. Well, let's see how quick I get demolished because they're going to take, I'm going to put my knight here. They take a pawn. What about knight here? That would just be checkmate, wouldn't it? Aren't they lining up just to checkmate here? And if I move it, then the queen can come in and re-threaten checkmate. And if I move away, I don't think I save that at all. Is it time for drastic tactics? The last time I thought I needed to sack the queen to save myself, I was actually up by the computer 15 points. I had no idea. Looked like I was going to get mated. Looked bad. I freaked out and just traded everything. Ended up losing on time. So I don't think the 27-25 is doing that to me. I legitimately think I'm going to get mated in 3 to 4 moves. 2 to 3 moves. Definitely not 6 to 7 moves. I hope that made some of you giggle. It makes my son groan. He's 11. Makes my 6-year-old so happy, though. And then we shout 6-7 for about 3 minutes straight. I tell you, when you have kids, you need to torture them some. Okay. Queen just takes it. And then this queen moves over. And life goes on without a queen for a while. If I don't sack the queen, I move. They move. I don't know what I would do. How to defend that, though? Because this knight going here would defend it, but just get eaten. So, sack a knight. The queen is out of alignment. Bring my queen. And then at the end of it, my rook is more open, and maybe I can double up rooks and attack that way. I get a semi-open file. No queens, but I would be down more material, but not checkmated. Let's try it. Oh, intermezzo. Rook H file. Maybe H1 or H2. Queen check. Oh, I lose so much more material. Yep. I see. Checkmate. I knew I wouldn't last very long against that one, and that one was interesting. Okay, well, New month, new bots. We're going to continue to work on our skills and see you on the next episode. Till next time. Bye bye.